are you all? I just saw something that said, good morning. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Shelly. Hi, Faye. Hi, Ardeen. 20 degrees. It's we in New England here. We've got, I think it's in the low 40s, which I like. I have the window open. Hi, Christine. So I like this weather. I don't, and actually have the fan on. I have the fan on, and I have the window open, and the heat is not on yet. Only at night to get really cold. Hey, Annette. Hi, Kirsten. Hi. 60s. That's not bad, Shirley, for Texas, right? Hi, Linda. So, and Leilani, good morning. Hi, Dawn. So, today is Tuesday. I'm like not feeling too excited this week. I don't know why so far, but I guess I'm just sort of a little bit like uneasy about the holiday for some reason. Thankfully my mom's going to be home for the holiday, which is good, but it's going to change it. We haven't seen her for Thanksgiving for a couple of years now, so this will be good. It'll be good, but it's unclear. She's never done Thanksgiving very, very well. I don't know. It seems like it's a troublesome holiday for her. But anyway, my sister called me yesterday and was telling me all about her friend. I think I've mentioned it to her. I've mentioned her to you, who they're actually sharing Lola. They live on the same floor, a few doors away from each other. And Anzie, that's her name, she just lost her dog. So my mom's been sharing her, and they actually eat dinner together and all that stuff. So it's a nice relationship. I'm so glad she's making friends. And that's important because, you don't want to be thinking you're all alone in this world. And that whole idea that we sent her to that place, or we got her set up in that place so that she could actually have friends and she could eat dinner with everybody and all of that stuff. That's a good thing. Let's see, I'm trying to get my house clean, planning for the holiday. I've been brainstorming ideas from now until Christmas for our chats. And I have quite a few projects. I'm just trying to fit them into our different schedules, like Freebie Fridays and Christmas on Thursdays and things like that, and big projects on Saturdays and stuff like that. So I have quite a bit of projects to go. So if you have some free time between now and Christmas, I'd love for you to join me. Or if you can't, watch the replays. Watch the replays on YouTube. And things are going, I know, my house needs to be ready. Yeah. So, lots of different things. Tomorrow on the show, I'm sort of debating if we should we're going to do both of these projects. I'm just trying to decide which project is going to be tomorrow. But tomorrow I'm either going to deck the halls with holly bows, because to me, whenever somebody says Christmas is coming, that's the first song that pops into my head. Deck the halls with bows of holly. So I thought, maybe we should do some holly bows so that people can start decking out their halls, their houses and stuff. And then we also have a double-sided sign that we're going to be doing, one that says like give thanks or happy Thanksgiving or whatever, and then on the other side it's a Christmas theme, so that you can have one sign that you put out now, and then after Thanksgiving flip it over and you can have something there until the end of the year. So that is coming up. this week. All right. I I wanted to tell you that we still have our giveaway going on for the Mug Press. Mug Press was $50 worth of essentials for doing your mug press, and that is going on until I think Friday, and we will be announcing the winner on porch sign. I know, yeah. I'll be announcing the winner on Saturday. Now, on Saturday, we are going to be doing sort of a marathon Zoom meeting. And so what that means is that if you want to be part of it, we'll post the link so you can join in on the Zoom. And we're just going to hang out and have fun and talk and make Christmas cards. And I have a few places that we can send Christmas cards to if you don't have a big Christmas card list. And also, I think, I'll announce the winner of the mug press, and I'll also explain the giveaway for the Explorer Air 2 that I'm doing. And it's starting, I think it's starting at 1 o'clock. I think we said 1 o'clock and it was going to go for a while. So if you can't make it, at 1, come later. Or if you can come at 1 but can't stay, don't feel obligated to stay. I'm going to have to take breaks to take my dogs out and stuff like that. Hi, Barbara. So there's that. Okay, so we have a very busy week again, and we're just getting ready for all the holidays that are coming up. And Hanukkah is actually starts on the 29th, and there's 8 days of Hanukkah, so we're going to try to get some Hanukkah projects in. But today we are going to make a banner. It's a Thanksgiving pie banner. And we are using all these images from Design Space, which I have listed here on my screen. I'm going to show you what's available. And in the meantime, and we will put these four together. So we've got a berry pie, a pumpkin, a pecan, and an apple, which is really kind of cool. One of the things that I have noticed putting these together, you need a lot of browns. You need a lot of browns because there are various stages of the pie crust, particularly for the pecan or pecan. Look, there's like 7 layers here. So this is a very thick banner, and it's really fun to put together. I did also notice that on this apple pie, that is not a hole I did, so it kind of came undone here, so you might want to shore it up with a little bit of tape. And you might decide, hey, my family is all pumpkin pie, so just doing the pumpkin pie, or pecan or whatever, or you might decide to do all of them. There's also a version that is like a draw and cut version, so I'm going to show you that, and we'll also talk about various shades of neutral, where I found all of the colors of the neutral. Oh yeah, there is a sweet potato, I think it's a sweet potato pie, but wouldn't this kind of be similar if you maybe change the coloring a little bit? I don't know, I'm not a sweet potato pie person. Although we used to make squash pies in addition to pumpkin. There used to be a company called One Pie out of Maine, and they used to have, and sadly, I did not see any of their cans in the grocery store last time I went. I hope they're still in business. They're in Maine, or they were in Maine, and they used to just do like pies, fillings, so pumpkin. They did all kinds. So I hope that they are they're still in business. But anyway, Here is the pie banner that we're going to show you. These images came from Design Space and they're layered images. So just to give you an example, let's have a look at this pumpkin one. We are going to ungroup it and you will see that here there's the first layer, second layer, third layer. So there's 3 layers of that pumpkin color. Then there's a white layer for the whipped cream, and then there is the layer for the crust. I believe the crust goes, it's only showing a little tiny bit. And that's really great. It's very authentic looking, and even the pie one's really great. I did have a little trouble, as I mentioned, with the holes here, so I don't really know what to do about that. So we'll play around with it when we put this together. So let me show you where we found these, or where I found these. I'm going to save this, and I will start with a clean slate, just like I always do. And if I am able to, I will share this this with you. I did not make any changes, so if you can't get it, I've been having trouble sharing. So if you can't get it, you can find the images in Design Space, okay? So we're going to start with a blank canvas, and we are going to go to Images. You can type in pie if you want to, and you will see that there are quite a few results. 300. It seems 313 results. Let's see if we can't find. So we have all kinds of different images for pies, including whole pies. But I think we were actually scrolling under pumpkin or something at one point, and we found this pie banner. Oh yes, of course. And here I think is what we found, but here is one right here. Let's see. Let's go on here. So here is one. I don't know what this is supposed to be. It just says pie slice. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to click on those 3 dots. See that? And there's a number, and then it says view image sets. So this is kind of reverse image searching. So this is the image set. I don't know why it doesn't say the name. It used to say the name of the image set, but it doesn't. And what you will notice when you first come on here is that some of these are cut from cardstock and some of them are cut from cardstock, but with writing on them or drawing. So here's the pecan with the drawing, but here is the pecan with all the layers. I happen to like the layered version, but you might say, oh no, I want to do the right version. That's fine too, but we're going to work on the layered version, and this is where we found it. So this is a pumpkin, so we're going to choose that, and here is the berry, and here is the pecan, and here is the apple. So let's bring those all in. They all come in at the same size, which is perfect because you can either resize them, and I'll show you how to do that. Yeah, it bothers me too, Annette. We are cut from the same cloth. I think it's just they need to just be reminded that it needs to go back. So anyway, they all come in at 6 inches high. Now I did leave these at 6 inches, but if you want to cut these out on your Joy, you'll notice that the width is just slightly larger than what the Joy can handle. See up here, this one says 4.478. That's the width. Remember, the Joy only cuts up to 4.25 on one of the parameters, okay? So if you wanted to cut this on the Joy, all you would need to do is resize this to below, so 1 parameter to below 4.25, and it would cut like a dream on on the Joy. So let me just show you. I did already show you, but the pumpkin one. Oh goodness! Well, we've got some communication going on. Hey yo, hello. All right. Okay, so we're gonna ungroup this. Guys, come here, come on. Another dog outside, a big dog it sounds like. The pecan pie has, this is the top, and you can see that it has many layers. Okay, that'll get them. So sorry. Okay. And that's again why we do live, right? For the dog barking. All right. So sorry about that. They heard a dog outside, and as you know, I record from my home in my studio, which is in the front part of my house. So there are all these layers. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about is all these colored browns, because I'll tell you, so look at the pecan pie. So you've got this brown, so that's 1, 2, 3, and then you've got 4, and then you get like cream, and then you have white, and then you have this other brown. So you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kinds of brown just to make the pecan. And I'll tell you, brown has been one of those colors that you can't find it that often. So I want to show you the 2 places where I've found good brown. Cricut has some brown, and it's in stock now, and it comes with, I believe it's like 5 different colors. Okay, stop, please. So if you're able to get your hands on the Cricut stuff, you could definitely find your brown. Or I did find these other 2 substitutes for the Cricut brown, and this is one. It's called Park Lane. I believe it is. They don't have the name on the back of these. Why don't people name these things? Anyway, this one is called Neutrals, and I believe it is actually created by American Crafts for Joann's. And I want to show you, let me just get down here so you can see it. So here are all the different neutral colors. So I was able to fish out a bunch of brown. So there's a brown, that's 1, that's 2. Is that a 3rd one? There's 4. There's my cream, 5. See, 6. So I was able to do the pecan from this. And for the pumpkin and for the berry, I ended up using some from this, which is an American Crafts or AC cardstock called Autumn. So based on how they're packaged, which is in like this nice protective box, I'm assuming that this Park Lane is maybe just like a generic name that AC American Crafts cardstock packages under. I did find these both at Joann. And they were on sale. So I think that they're like $20 for 60 sheets of very nice cardstock. However, you can buy these when they're on sale, and when they go on sale, they go from $20 to maybe about $8, so more than half off. So keep an eye out on Joann for Park Lane. Park Lane, I call these variety packs, I think. And they come in all different colors. And let me just show you. I wish I knew the name of them, but they don't say. But look at this one, very pretty. I'm going to save that for, it's very pretty. I'm going to save that for Valentine's Day, all these Valentine's colors. Look at this one. all Christmas and winter colors. Look at that. So beautiful. So for $8 to get 60 sheets in a nice box that are kind of color coordinated is a very good deal, and I would definitely go for it. But if you can, wait until they go on sale. Okay, wait until they go on sale. So we're going to cut these out. Now, I cut these out as 4 each, and I'm going to show you. Let's put this together. Let's group this, and let's just look at the berry one as we cut that out. So here we go. So we're going to just cut out this berry one. And we are going to let's do 4. I think we can sneak 4 onto one sheet of 12 by 12. And in fact, if you have 8.5 by 11, this might work. So don't get, disheartened if you don't have that 12 by 12. And you'll see here, there is our 3. Now, there's 3 here, and I think we can fit the 4th one, which is on the next mat. So we're going to go to that mat. We're going to click on that triple dots, and we're going to choose Move Object. And when we do that, we're presented with all of the current mats, and we want to move this one, which is currently the one we're moving from, to this one, okay? And what we do, once we move them, you'll notice that you think it didn't change, but it actually came up here. So what I have done with banners quite a lot is I just tend to turn one around and sort of sneak it in like this. And sometimes you can do that twice, but in this case, we could just do it once. And now I get 4 pie slices and on one mat instead of using 2 mats, okay? Same thing here. We have another like sort of pink, berry pink sort of color. Let's do Move Object, and we're going to go to that prior mat and hit Confirm. Just make sure if you're going to do this that you don't leave this sort of cutting over. Do not overlap your images. They can't overlap, or else they will cut out, and they'll cut out both, and you'll end up with 2 pieces, or sometimes 1, but 2 pieces usually that are not right. Okay. And also let's point out here that these, if you did have like a smaller piece of 12 by 12, you could, how could you have a smaller piece of 12 by 12? If you have a scrap, I should say, you could like sort of move these around and get them in. Like, for instance, if you had a half a sheet of 12 by 12 left, you might be able to sort of move these things around and get them all in. So there's a half a sheet that maybe you used a half a sheet to make a turkey or something. You can do that. So this has, as you can see, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and these come in handy. I'll tell you about them. 5, 6, and 7. So there are 7 layers to this, and you just go ahead and cut them. I was successful in cutting them on medium cardstock, and I think with some of this paper, I did use more pressure. Sometimes you use a little bit more pressure and it cuts a little cleaner with the paper. And so that's what I tend to do. So then we would just cut these all out. And the same thing for all the others. So if you decide to do all the others, and I'm going to show you how to put them together, okay? So let me move you down. Hold on, I'm getting all my little pieces together. Those little berry slices are hidden. All right. Okay. Now, there are a lot of layers here, and this doesn't even belong here. This is our turkey for our kids' Thanksgiving thing we're doing next week. So you will see, I'm going to show you all 4 of these. So this is the pumpkin one. And it gets rather confusing in terms of which goes where. Especially, I thought, with pumpkin and, what was the other one that I had a hard time? The apple pie was a little bit difficult. So you see here, we're going to match up the, right here, the holes. And it becomes a little bit, like, do I put this here or here? So what I always do is I go back and look at the images. This one actually doesn't even look the right size, and it may not even be the correct thing for this. Oh no, Rita. Let me check this one. Well, they're all the same size. Let's go back up and look. All right, so let's look at our pumpkin pie. And we are going to ungroup it, and we have like a real pumpkin, more like of a deeper, and then a lighter, so that's okay. And then we got the white, and we have the, that doesn't belong there. Okay, all right, that's how you learn. So I cut all of these out together, and then here we go. So this is going to just be a matter of putting these together the correct way, which there is our actual pie crust. The white is only for the whipped cream, and then we've got our 3 different colors of pie. So what I would suggest that you do when you're gluing these together is to glue them with the point being the point being the place of lining it up. Normally we line things up at the top, right? But because of the various shapes on the top, we're going to line it up here on the bottom, and let wherever they show up at the top sort of fall wherever they may. And I'm also actually putting the glue on the back of the piece that's already glued, if that makes sense to you. And that is so that doesn't look right. Rita, I'm a hot mess. All right, well, we'll try it and see. But I am still making the point of having the point be, I think it's supposed to have the light pumpkin, the lightest pumpkin at the top. But you know what? Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know. Anybody ever hear that? Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know. That's something people on TikTok, they I don't know who said it first, but it is true. Sometimes people, they just don't notice, and you think, oh, it's such a glaring mistake. There we go. So this is wrong. Let's try it again. Come on here. This is right. That's the way it should be. So again, and that we don't need this. This goes someplace else. I have a feeling it goes with the pecan pie. But this is the way that it should go. Yeah, just like that. So that's the pumpkin one. And again, I cut out 4. If I were you, if I were me doing this again, I would for sure cut them out individually and put them together, or at least pile them up correctly, okay? And here is the apple pie. So this is what the apple pie looks like. And it does have this feature, which is very, I did cut this on Intricate Cut. So this one goes together, and again, with all the browns. So here's the brown. There's another brown. There's the deeper brown. I don't know why you need this many browns, but maybe authenticity. And then this one goes on here. It's like that. Which, yeah, it does look authentic that way. And then this piece will do this over here. So let's put that one together. Yeah. All right. So in this case, we are doing, I think the apple is sort of the boring one of, but everybody loves apple pie, so it's too brown for me. It's too brown. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, Cricut Cardstock is, for me, the best with cutting on my machine. And I always tend to sort of, when it comes in stock, I buy a lot of it, as well as their glitter cardstock is awesome. But since the pandemic, I don't know if it's because it's just so popular, because we keep talking about it or whatever, but since the pandemic, it has been difficult to find. So, so you have to sometimes find alternates until they can get those things in stock. I think that's just life right now. And you know what? I put all that glue on there, and I don't even know if it's, oh yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, it did. Okay. So there is that. And then we've got this piece here, goes over there. And then we'll have that piece. Now, if you have one, it's good to use a ultra fine tip for pieces such as this up here. But if you don't, you can still get away with doing with the regular tip, okay? So here is my ultra fine. I'm going to turn this over, and I'm just going to just dab little bits of glue, if I can get it to come out. It's one of the problems with these. There we go. Yep. And really, this is like the labor of love. Speaking of labor of love, I am going to attempt to do my that greenery wreath again. I wanted to know if you guys wanted to see it. I did it last year, and it was sort of the first time I did it, and I've learned a lot since then and wanted to see I can do it again, because I did send my one example to my mother, and I couldn't find it when I went up to her house to pack her up. So I don't know. She probably gave it away, because my mother gives everything away to people. And she probably gave it away. So I want to make another one, because I wanted my own. And so that is done from all the greenery that we have in Design Space. and it requires quite a bit of cutting. Same for our holly. Our holly is a lot of cutting. So if you can pick up a paper pad that is like various colors of green, you happen to see it, then pick it up, because we're going to do some nice paper piecing with greens. So there's the apple. Let's check out the pecan. I think that this is supposed to go with the pecan. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, there's 7 pieces here. So let's do this one. Yeah, she gave it away. My mother, it's just her nature. I think it's just, and she's drilled it into me where she just gives away things if she knows they're going to bring like happiness to that person. And I have a sneaking suspicion that she gave it away to her friend Rita, which is great. But when I went to go look for it, I was like, what happened to that? I spent a lot of time on that. It was a lot of cutting. And it came out beautifully. It was a beautiful wreath. But I don't have anything to show for it. So I thought, I want to do that again. I have made, by the way, paper wreaths for my door. And I will probably discourage you from putting your paper wreaths on the door, even if you have like a storm door, which is what we have. It's like a screen door, but they call it a storm door. I think that might be a New England tradition, but not out elsewhere. Because if the sun is strong enough, when the sun is strong enough, you will, your wreath will fade very quickly. I did a sunflower wreath. Yeah, I did a sunflower wreath one year, and it was just gorgeous. But then I had it on my front door, and it was like 2 weeks maybe, and it was completely like washed out. So it's the kind of thing, if you're making it from paper, unless there's something that can be sprayed on it, I don't know that there is, then you should try to keep it indoors, out of direct sunlight. I also find like things that I leave in the windows, because I do, as I mentioned, I do work in my house, and so I often put things in the windows so passersby can see some of the creations. If I forget them and leave them there for too long, they fade, especially the darker colors you can see. But so paper can be ruined a little bit by sun. So keep that in mind. Same holds true for vinyl, uncut, like unused vinyl. Like, do not store it near a heat source or in direct contact with the sun, because the heat source will make the adhesive sort of thin, and then thicken, and then thin, and it will cause problems for when you go to use it. That's like kind of when people say, oh, does it have a shelf life? It does, but you can prevent it from being too much, damaged too much, by keeping it in the proper place. Okay, there's the pumpkin. Oh, really? Hurricane, Utah. That's a great name, though, for a place. And then we have our berry, which is over here. I thought this one was real fun to put together. Whoops. Let's see. So this one has creepy crawlers inside the paper. Oh yeah. I know what you mean, like those little bugs, that the silverfish and stuff. Okay, so this one, I chose purple because whenever I make blueberry pie, it tends to darken like this. So I thought that looked a little more authentic. And here we go. So it has 2 layers here. And the really cool thing about this is that it has a crisscross pattern. So there is the start of it. And then this. And this, which I don't know why. Oh, okay, that's just for that top piece. And then this goes on like this, and this, and then, as if you didn't have enough there, you're going to take these little tiny slivers and locate them to give that crisscross of your pastry a little more pronouncement. And so I think that's really cool. So let's go ahead and glue this together. I keep checking for the Barely Art glue to get in stock. And because I am running through quite a bit of it, and I like to buy that big one with the refill because that lasts me quite a long time. So I'm hoping that it gets back in stock soon. Might have to switch my glue again. I think I still have some of the art glitter glue hanging around, even though Benji ate a whole bottle of it just last week. Speaking of which, if you ever drop your glue, if you can wait for it to dry, it comes up easier when it's dry. It's a big old mess if you try to pick it up while it's wet. So that's what I did. Benji, when I went to visit my mom, I came back and there were just like big streaks of glue all around. So I just stepped over it and let it dry. And then the next day I was able to just sort of pick it up like it was peeled it off of the floor. Worked out great. But if it's like on that we have tiled floor, so if it's on carpet, I can't give you any advice because we have like all hardwood floors here, or tile, hardwood or tile. This one is so cute. Right, and then we've got these little tiny pieces here. I hope I have all of them. This one, 1, 2, 3. I'm actually missing the longest one. Where's the longest one? Oh well. This would be really cute in a dining hall. So like if you work or you volunteer or something at, I don't know, at a cafeteria. I was thinking my mom's dining hall, but, or even just something to put on a door. 4 of these slices would be plenty on somebody's door. I also thought miniaturizing them would be kind of cool, but then I thought, I don't know. It might be a little too thick miniaturized, like a little too hard to put together. But I might be wrong. Prove me wrong. Do it. and let me know how it goes. So there's a fourth little slice here that I can't seem to find that would go on to this side right here. It's actually not the longest one, and I don't see it. Oh well. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can decide what order you want to do that. And again, if you want to do all the same one, you could do that. I'm going to use this ribbon, but I did also find this baker's twine at the Dollar Tree last week when I went. This is perfect. It's a great size, and to get 3 for 3 of these things. When I bought my baker's twine, it is thinner than the actual baker's twine, but it's actually good for paper crafting. So if you can pick that up, you can use that. Or if you have, I don't, you know, I tried it with twine and I think it was a little too rough. So here's my twine version. And I don't know if it was just a little too rough, but I had a problem with this, that hole like that. I mean, it will go back on, you know, it will go back on, but I thought this time around, let's use a nice soft ribbon. And I mean, you could probably make a whole big strand of these, but I think 4 is nice. Sort of on over a doorway maybe, or a window would be nice. And whatever order you want to put it in. So all I'm doing is putting this little nice cute little ribbon into, I put it front to back so that you don't see the ribbon all that much. Front to back on there, and then it comes out from the back on the left side. So on the right side you're going in towards the back, and then on the left side you're going to go does that make sense? Also, if you do have issues with your ribbon, you can do things such as cutting them at an angle, or if you really have a problem, I would suggest using either a needle, like a knitting sewing needle. There are such things, and I do have one around here, or you can take a piece of tape, like Scotch tape, transparent tape, and put it on the end, sort of like an eyelet, or I forget what they call that. It's like aglet. It's called an aglet, which is the little thing on the end of a shoelace, an aglet. Just makes lacing up things easier. Like this, and we're almost done there. This I did not do with my, I figured show you what it's like if you don't have those darning needles, but I like my little darning needle, my little knitting needle. It's not a knitting needle, but it is like a sewing needle for knitters. For knitting with yarn. Okay, there it is. So cute, right? And it's really very thick, and it's very nice. So it's not going to get like all floppity, and it's just a cute little thing. I think it's like a conversation starter, and just cute. And I work in Cute. Also wanted to mention that if you decide to do the Sleeps Until Christmas cookie sheet, these are, I found also at Dollar Tree. They're just magnets, and these would work really, really well on your cookie sheets. Okay, so what I would suggest is that you decorate them. I'm going to get a sticker like of a Santa Claus face, and I'm going to stick it onto a piece of craft board so it'll be nice and thick, and then I can, you know, have the kids move it that way. So Dollar Tree has some pretty amazing things. I just don't get there that often. But it's kind of a good place to poke around in. And from what I understand, you have to kind of go there on a regular basis because they run out of things. So that is that is our show for today. Pretty quick and easy. Again, remember these can be found right in Design Space, and you don't even need to resize them. They're about 6 inches tall, unless you want to size them for the Joy, which it would just be ever so slightly smaller, and you could have a really cute conversation piece with this. And I think I'm actually going to make 4 separate ones, since I cut 4 each of each slice, and that way I can put each one like maybe over a window swag or something like that. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for coming. So wonderful to see you all. A gingerbread cookie. Yes, excellent, Jet. Excellent, excellent. I love gingerbread, period. I am a big gingerbread fan. So you are going to see quite a few of my gingerbread obsession as we get closer and closer to the holiday. I just love gingerbread. And so, or the taste of gingerbread. It's so good. Anyway, that's it for today. Tomorrow is either going to be a sign that we'll do with smart vinyl. I just have to see if I can paint it, or we're going to be working on this holly garland. It's a garland, so it's not a banner, it's a garland. So this is something you would hang all over and could put on the Christmas tree as well. So and it is a lot of cutting. So thank you, Unicorn Cupcake Topper. Nice. Nice. So thank you for coming. I hope you do get some crafting in. I have to say, you know, when I'm sort of muddled, if I just start working on a project, just to kind of like, all right, I'm just going to take a half hour and work on this project. And it just changes my mood every single time. It's so wonderful. So, so consider that if you struggle with your mood. Who doesn't in this pandemic, you know, situation? Who doesn't struggle with ups and downs in their mood? It's like mental health is the hardest part of this pandemic thing. So, okay, everyone, I hope you have a wonderful day. Enjoy it. And we will see you again tomorrow, hopefully. Take care. Don't forget to put your name in for that mug press, okay? And have a great day.